Alright, hey guys. Here I have in front of me is an early 2000s edition of the Holmes Box Fan, or as they say, the deluxe or premium version of the Holmes Box Fan. This is a model HABF-25. This fan is very special to me as far as like childhood, because throughout the 2000s, let's date back to at least 2003. So 2003, my mom had brought me one of these as I believe a gift, a preschool gift, because I graduated from preschool, and I believe she decided, for what I remember, I believe that she decided to, buy me a fan. And one day I came home from playing around outside, and I happened to see this fan in my room. The box, it was in a box too, brand new, all original. The display of the box was red and white, and I believe, oh yeah, just to back up, this isn't the exact fan that I had back in the early days. It had the thermostat right here. So, and the the color of the box was, it was red and white, and on the box it displayed the the knob, the blade, and the I believe the carry handle too. I'm not sure. Oh no, the thermostat, I believe. And this fan, I asked her, where did you get this fan from? She said, from Value City, which is now defunct now. But I, throughout my first time having this fan, I was extremely excited because I didn't know, like, I never knew that this fan would be a such thing, as far as like having the rotating grill. I always thought that was fascinating, because back in like 2003, I was like 5. I would always play with this this grill, and I would always make it spin around and stuff like that. I have had that fan for at least about a half a year, because due to unfortunate circumstances, as a child, I recognized that I should not have a balloon and a fan in the same room together. So I decided to take a nap with the fan and the balloon in my room. And little did I know, I woke up and the fan, I was like, why is the fan not on? And then I looked at the fan and I realized that the balloon is behind the fan, and it didn't click in my head right away. And I realized that the balloon string got caught into the shaft, the motor shaft, between the fan blade and the front of the motor. So I was hoping that it wouldn't be dead, but I slept for so long I didn't realize it at the time because I was a kid. It died because of that, and that's one of my go-tos for now, for every person that has a fan on inside of their house. If you have a balloon, put that balloon in another room, because a balloon is a fan's worst enemy. Well, a fan is a balloon's worst enemy, and it truly is, because this isn't the only fan that I've seen that got balloon string caught into it. My aunt, she had a Lakewood, that one of the cheaper versions of the Lakewood from the early 2000s. That got caught in the balloon got caught in the string of that one. And she had a ceiling fan, and it was like 6 or 7 different strings of balloons that got caught inside of that fan. So I realized that, balloons are not a good thing, especially if you have a fan on. You better put those balloons in another room. And to the younger viewers, you better do the same thing. But yeah, so this fan had died, and Unfortunately, I didn't have a fan for like a few months. I had to use my sister's. She had a Lakewood at the time. That unfortunately went, but it was around the winter time, so I was stuck without a fan for a few months. So around 2004, I believe it was around the spring or the summer, I started kindergarten, and I believe on my first day of school, my mom came and got me from my elementary school, and she told me that we're gonna go to Value City. And honestly, I didn't know what for, because I'm like, as a kid, you know, I wanted to go places. Well, every kid wants to go places. So we went to Value City, and I was exploring around. And in Value City, it was like Target. Like, you know how Target has like the first floor and the second and the basement? Yeah, that's how Value City was. So when we arrived at Value City, we went straight down into the basement level. And little did I know, I seen in front of me, well, I seen from a distance, I seen a wind machine, and I think I seen a Lakewood. And what stood out to me the most was this fan. This was the one with the thermostat. The one with the thermostat stood out to me the most. And my mom asked, you know, my mom asked, which fan should I get? I strictly pointed to this one. Because, you know, this fan, you know, it was unique. It was very unique, and I like the style of it. I like how it had the why I used to call it the big white motor, aka the Chinese Raider motor. I just like the style of it. This fan looked very unique to me. So I picked it up. She said, can I carry it? And I was like, yeah, sure. And so, you know, me, a happy camper, I was holding the fan until we got up to the register, because, you know, I'm still a fan freak, but I was very obsessed back then, and I really wanted this kind. But we got into the register line, and we checked out, and we went home. And my mom, she unboxed it, and when she unboxed it, it came with a tiny instruction manual. The ones that you see on the Holmes fans now, they still made that kind of what is it? Oh, the instruction manual. So this fan, you know, this fan is really special to me, even though it doesn't have a thermostat, but it's still the same. But as soon as I turned it on, the one that I had was super out of balance. Like, the entire hub, like the entire motor mount, was just shaking so bad. And it was to where the point where this fan was so unbalanced, the screws inside of here that hold the motor came loose, and it was so bad that the fan was rattling. It was rattling super loud. Like, it was like you could hear it at least from like halfway down the street. That's how loud it was in the window. At that time, we didn't really bother with it. We just got used to the noise, but it was super loud. But now I'm like, I wish I could have worked on that fan back then, since I know how to take fans apart like it's a set of clothes for school. But yeah, but that fan lived from 2004 to 2011 because I purposely broke it. Well, not purposely. It was an accidental purpose. Like, I kept turning, or I kept playing around with it too much, and the motor had seized. So, but I happened to find this edition in 2019. It was a trash find. It had the silver motor to it, but I put the classic one on there because it looked way better that way. And plus the silver one was burnt out, so I was just like, why not make it like why not make it how it looked back then, since when I first bought it. But ever since I had this fan, it's been serving me well. Although, I will say this fan had a motor issue. Like in 2020, I had a Macmillan motor from another Holmes Box Fan in here, and I believe 6 or 7 months later, the motor had seized. And I think it was because with this blade is super heavy, that the motor overheated. So this fan kind of concerns me. It gives me somewhat of a concern, but I'm just gonna keep on putting Macmillan motors in here if they keep seizing, because you don't see these at all. Like literally, like on Facebook Marketplace, you don't see them at all. And it's one version I want to find too. It's the One Touch. It was one on Facebook Marketplace near my way, but it was sold in like 30 minutes. So I was just out of luck with it. But all right, I know y'all tired of hearing me talk, so let me show off the fan for you guys. When I got this fan was covered in cigarette smoke and cigarette dust. But I would say this wasn't as worse as the cigarette infested 3733 that I cleaned earlier this year. This grill too is kind of hard to turn. I don't know why it is. I tried to put some WD-40 or regular lubricant in it, but I think that made it worse because this thing is hard to turn. But if you turn it to the side, still this is the fan's original paint. And I forgot to show the top too. The top two with no handle, of course. And it says, to reduce the risk of electric shock and injury to persons, do not use a window. If you listen to this, then I'm sorry, but you need help. No offense at all. But so you turn around into the back. You guys could tell, but I did use this fan a lot since I've had it. It's quite dirty up here, but this is the handle and this is the motor. I have to blow off the motor so it won't fill up with dust, because I think that's one of the reasons why this motor probably burnt out, because of the dust. I didn't clean it out in time, but I'll stay alert with that. But yeah, as you can see, this is not the original motor. This motor came off of a Comfort Edge that I had like 2 years ago, in order to replace the burnt one. And it's been serving me well too. Hopefully it stays like that. But as you can see, this fan was using the window too because it's rusty. Well, on the sides it looks clean, but as you can see, that's not the case. There's some rust hiding back in there, and there's some rust on the side too, mostly on the bottom. But yeah, overall, this fan, from it being made in like the 2000s-ish, this fan's quite powerful, and I'm very impressed with it. I'm going to turn it this way because the wind stream likes to blow in different directions the way the grill's positioned. But enough talking, here is high. And the thing with this fan too, it's super quiet. Like, I think you guys can hear my voice more than the fan. What it is powerful. Another thing about this fan too, it vibrates so much on high. It's like you could hear this fan like 2 stories up. I could hear this fan 2 stories up vibrating. That's how bad the vibration is. But I'm not complaining. Like I said, this is a childhood fan. If it vibrates, it vibrates. Can't do nothing about it. Even if I try to diagnose it. Even if I try to, solve the problem. So. As I said, this fan's super quiet. But mostly hear the air conditioner. But here's low. You can definitely hear the air conditioner. I should have turned it off, but it's hot. It's very hot here in Philly. It's like 85 degrees out right now with the humidity like 90 plus. So with being down here in the basement, I would be drenched in sweat. So, but yeah, it blows out a gentle breeze on low. Here's medium. Here is high. I think you guys can hear it. This fan vibrates so much. And I'm gonna turn it off. The thing too about this fan has a good startup sound. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Let me know in the comments if you can. Here it is. Now. Yeah, I don't think you guys heard that, but I'll try to catch it on another video. Because this fan has a cool startup sound to it. And another thing too about this fan scrubs against the front grille. I think that's because of the thicker McMillan motor. I don't know, but yeah, this fan, this fan is definitely a childhood fan, and I really recommend you guys to get this fan if you see it on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, on the corner, anywhere. But we're very glad to have one, and I'm still looking for a couple of variants of them, of this model, of the HABF-25 model, the thermostat one and the one touch. But I thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.